what's going on? It's Melissa Kibler here. Welcome to today's daily dose of awesome, your 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education. So today we're going to talk about how to really turn your Facebook Live ideas into epic content that people will absolutely love and will keep coming back for more. How would that be? How would that sound if you got people that would want to keep coming back for more, that you feel like when you deliver that Facebook Live, it was awesome, it was epic content? How would you love to turn really those ideas into something really of awesome value? So let me know who is joining me in live today. Let me know who you are, where you're viewing in from, and if you're catching the replay, just make sure you drop a replay. I would love to come back and say hello to you as well. So as you guys are rolling in here, I can't quite see comments yet, so hopefully I'm in the right place. I think so. So let's go ahead and get started. So have you ever come up with some Facebook Live ideas? Okay, I'm getting some hearts and love, so I must be in the right place. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So here's a question I have for you. Have you ever had a Facebook Live idea? Like you heard somebody, oh, hi Sherry, thanks for hopping on with me today. I see Maddie's on, Mackins from Nigeria. Awesome. Great to have you on live today. Hi Erin, hi Sherry. Let's see who else is hopping on live. Hey Nelly, good to see you too. Awesome. All right guys, let's go ahead and get started. So have you ever had, come up with some Facebook Live ideas, right? Where you're following somebody, you might be watching, hi Wesley, a daily dose of awesome, maybe a favorite guru or mentor or somebody that you follow online. Hi Sharon. Have you ever followed somebody and thought, wow, that was some really awesome content. I would love to deliver that, but you know what? It's an awesome idea. But when all of a sudden you get to go do that Facebook Live, you stop. And it's like, well, that was an awesome idea, but now I'm ready to go do my Facebook Live and I still feel like I can't deliver that. Have you guys ever felt like that? Can you give me some hearts, some loves? Let me know in the comments if that's ever happened to you. Hey Sharon, how's it going today? So here's what happens, because this has happened to me many times where I'm like, I input in this little, I have a document, like a ongoing document where I'm like, okay, here's the Facebook Live idea, here's the Facebook Live idea. I heard this from this person, or maybe you read a blog or something like that. And I wrote down the idea, right? So I have it planned. I go to plan out my content for the month or the week. Hi Anna, thanks for jumping in and saying hello today. Thanks for joining in live. So you have this idea, you put it in your document, your file, you're all excited, you're ready to go because you're planning things out, and it's like, great, I got some Facebook Live ideas. Then all of a sudden you sit down, or that day or the week, and you sit down to go do that Facebook Live, and it's like, darn it, like I have this Facebook Live idea, but how can I really deliver it? How can I really feel like I'm giving this value? What can my audience really pull away from this Facebook Live, right? So that's something that I've dealt with, and I feel like I now have this simple and easy process that I'm actually going to share with you. So stay tuned for that. Hey, Erin. So you agree, you've had a Facebook Live idea, you delivered it to yourself. Oh, the comment went away, I missed it. And then, so you have an idea, but then you never really followed through to deliver. So I'm sure so many people can relate to this, right? So what happens when you have this Facebook Live idea and then you feel like you get to that point where you can't deliver? What happens to you? What happens in your business? I'm curious, comment below what's going through your head as far as action-wise. What does that do for you and your business? Because I see this happen a lot. And from what I see with a lot of people, hey Dave, how are you doing today? Hey Valerie. This is what happens to a lot of people. You start to procrastinate, right? You're putting it off because now it's like, well, I have this idea and now I don't know what to do with this idea. So I'm not going to go ahead and press this go live button, right? So you start to procrastinate. You start to feel stuck. And you're stuck because you feel like you don't have a flow to deliver the Facebook Live anyway, right? You might lose momentum. You lose your confidence. Yes, Maddie. Because if you don't have 100% clarity around your message and how you're going to deliver that. Hey, Antonio from Lisbon. When you feel like you don't have that clarity around where you're going with this Facebook Live, absolutely, Maddie, you feel like you lose that confidence. You lose the confidence in actually delivering your message. So that's why when we get on and delivering these Facebook Lives, we feel like we're just regurgitating information and there's no tie, there's no connection, there's no like real meaning to it, right? And when we're in this online space of trying to set ourselves apart among the millions of other entrepreneurs out there trying to do the same thing and provide value, and we're following people and we're giving back the same information, how are we really setting ourselves apart, right? In this noisy online space, how can we do it? And yes, Erin, you get into the habit of doing nothing. Absolutely. So would it be okay if I share with you some tips? I want to share with you some tips on how you can actually cut down on the time it will take you to put together this Facebook Live content so you're not spending like hours in your day or week trying to put that together. And is it okay if I give you some tips and ideas of how you can actually provide some killer value, some epic content where your audience is going to keep coming back and wanting more? Maddie says yes. Hey, Olive, coming in late. It's okay. Better late than never, right? And also, would it be absolutely cool if I share with you throughout this process of what I'm going to share with you, how you can add in your own slice of uniqueness where you're able to kind of rise above that noise and be your own person, continue to build up that brand, so that way people absolutely come back and want more information from you. Would that be cool? Give me some likes or loves if you guys are ready for this. Valerie says, shoot. Yes. Hey, Joyce, how are you today? Thank you for jumping in and joining me live today. Anna's ready. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a process, if that's okay. And this process that I'm going to give you, hey, Alicia, hey, friend, hey, Linda, this process that I'm about to share with you, these are some golden nuggets. So you're going to want to take some notes. And if you don't have a pen and paper handy right now, then you're going to want to come back and re-listen and take some notes down for later, because this is exactly what I use step by step and how I deliver my Facebook Lives every single time. It's been working like a charm. Dave says, that's right. Be you. Absolutely. Be you. Be you. So here's this process, and I learned this awesome process from the wonderful and amazing Kate McShane. I know you've seen her here on the page. She is just the best. She's somebody that I absolutely adore and look up to and admire, and she just continues to inspire me. So I'm going to kind of give you the same golden nuggets to help you. So this process, and I'm curious right now, before I spill the beans, before I do that, Susan, I know I'm like keeping you guys on like the side of your seat right now, right? But I'm curious, before you even deliver your Facebook Lives, share with me in the comments, where do you get your Facebook Live ideas from right now, currently? I'm kind of really curious to see, where do you guys get your Facebook Live ideas from? Go ahead and share with me. Valerie's got her pen and paper handy. Awesome. That's right. It's all about taking these notes, right? And now we're going to get some value. And now, most importantly, when you're done watching this training, you guys are going to implement and take the action, right? So Dave says, blogs in my sleep. Okay, that's interesting. That's awesome. Yeah, sometimes when I lay down in bed, that's where I get my best, everything just starts flowing. Pinterest, DDOAs, yes, our daily dose of awesomes every single day, Monday through Friday, something you're reading, okay? And that kind of leads me into the next thing is, as far as where you get your Facebook Live ideas from, we're always trying to give back value, give back education. So we're watching the gurus, we're watching, the mentors, we're reading books. All of those things are great, right? But what else? What could we get our inspiration from outside of work, outside of business, right? So where might you also pull some inspiration from? And some of you have already started to share that as well. Blogs, quotes, gurus, yes, books. I'm seeing a lot of books. Anything else? I'm actually surprised what I'm thinking of right now did not come through. Personal development books, blogs, articles, all good stuff. This is all good stuff. Very, very good. Mostly from articles. So yeah, so there's endless ideas for content, right? There's endless ideas. And actually, sometimes I get some of my best inspiration from, music. Sometimes it's from motivational videos that I watch on YouTube. Sometimes it's just life, Alicia, exactly. I was just gonna say life, and I'm actually gonna share with you a quick little story at the end. So I'm gonna now break down this process, and it's actually 5 different steps that I'm gonna break down for you. And this is exactly, when I go to deliver my Facebook Live, I make like a quick note-taking format. And I have my title. Of course, it's got to be attention grabbing. It's got to be catchy. It's got to be something that people are going to want a solution for. Movies are also good. Kids, yes. Very, very good. And then usually when I start that off, I always ask a question. So the question in the very beginning was, have you ever came up with some ideas, but when it's actually time to deliver, all of a sudden we stop and we stall, right? So I always start out with a question because you want to get that engagement going. You don't just want to regurgitate information. You actually want to try to have a conversation, right? That's exactly what we're doing here on this training in this live. So here's what I do. So starting with number one, it's really, really important to start with an idea or an inspiration. So again, all of those things that you mentioned, when you're reading, when you're listening with life or anything that happens, you ever get that like aha, or you're listening to a music or a lyric in a song and it's like, wow, that just really, really resonated with me, right? Can we all agree? Like sometimes like it just something just sticks out at you and you have to be aware of that moment right there. And take that moment and take that idea and inspiration and run with it, okay? And you might be thinking to yourself, well, it has nothing to do with business. But I'm gonna show you how you can turn that inspiration and transition it into business. And this is where you're gonna bring in your own unique slice of uniqueness and have more fun in your business when you don't have to worry about being perfect all the time and you can just be awesome and be you, right? JT preaches that all the time. Music, yes, soul sister. So I'm all about, if you know me at all, I love, love, love my music. So number one, start with an idea or inspiration and we're gonna run with it, okay? So number two is when you have that idea or inspiration, that aha moment of what made you stop, what made you think. Did it get you thinking of a specific maybe moment in time or a story that happened, or what is really going through your head of what kind of just got you connected to that specific situation, that inspiration or aha, right? So you want to go ahead and tell your story. What happened? And maybe it could be you're telling your story about the song that you listened to and what happened and what caught your attention, what gave you that aha. And then going into number three is you're actually going to be sharing with you a significant impact. Something like, how did it make you feel? Pay attention to your body, right? Like, did it make you feel tense or nervous? Did it make you feel good and happy? And you want to be able to understand, like, where in your body are you feeling that? What specifically are you feeling in that moment when you're, had that inspiration or aha? Linda's getting some value. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Hey, Angeline. So how did it make you feel? So when you're in this part right here, you are getting to that emotional piece. That's where your audience is going to be able to connect with you, because even if they don't share that specific situation, they might still be able to feel that emotion and connect that in their own life. So Alicia, yes, sit in that moment and make sure that you are aware of what's happening, right? The more that you do this, the more that this is going to become more natural for you as well. Use aha moments in your story. Love it. Yes, absolutely. So you're going to tell how it made you feel and go deeper into that emotion so that way you can build that connection, right? And then with number four, this is where you transition that story, right? So it could be a personal story, but you want to start transitioning that into a business. Like, what lessons or what did you learn from this? Or what would you like your audience to take away from this, right? So that way you can transition that personal story into a lesson learned that they can take away in their business, okay? And what that's doing is now you are setting yourself apart where you're not just regurgitating information like everybody else can do on social media. Now what you're able to do is you're kind of branding yourself, and this is going to allow your audience to know, like, and trust you, to build that relationship up with you, to get to know you. That's really what it's all about with branding and providing value and education. That's exactly what it is, okay? So, and number 5 is a CTA. So if you're not familiar with what a CTA is, it's a call to action. It's basically telling your audience what you want them to do next. People need to be told, believe it or not, they need to know what to do next, especially in a Facebook Live when you're building your business. So you got to think about and brainstorm all those call to actions. Do you want them to like your page when you're done? Do you want them to share like their biggest takeaway or how they're going to apply that to your business? Do you want them to share out your post? Think about all of the different possible call to actions that you can give them. And even a little bonus tip for you, before you even go live, once you have that idea or inspiration, even taking that knowing what your call to action is going to be before you even start going through this process and writing down all these notes. It's really important to know what is your intention for wanting to deliver and share this story, this this inspiration that you had, and breaking that down to help them to really build up that know, like, and trust, to then see how that translates, because people are going to remember stories, right? Stories, facts tell, stories sell, right? So the more we can incorporate our story and people can hang on to that story and then take that transition as to how they can possibly use that and get them thinking of how they can apply that to their business, it's like, right? It's like light bulbs are going off. They're super excited. They remember you more because of your story. So yes, know your call to action before you even start. So before I wrap this up, is it cool with you? I want to share with you a quick little story of how I took a personal story and turned that personal story into a Facebook Live using the same exact format. And I'm not going to take too long, but I just want to go through this process with you, so that way you can see how simple and easy it really is, especially like I did it today using the same format. I have my title, I have my question of what I'm going to ask, keep it engaging, and then I have, what happened and how did I feel, and lesson learned, how, what I want them to take away from that, and a call to action. So that's what I do every single time. It's been working like a charm, and I'm having more fun doing my Facebook Lives. So Ali's ready for me to tell you a quick little story, and I know I'm running out of time. So my daughter, she's 12. She absolutely loves shopping. And she's like, Mom, can we go shopping? I said, sure thing, And I had to remind her, like, listen, Lexi, my daughter's name is Lexi. I said, Christmas is right around the corner. I'm not going out so you know what to expect. I'm not going out and you're not going to come home with like an armload of stuff, right? So I gave her this small budget. I'm like, let's just have a girls' day. We'll go out, the two of us together. So we go to, I'm going through, if you can follow me, actually put in the comments if you can follow me of how I'm going through this process. I had an idea and inspiration, right? It came from my daughter, and it came from us going shopping, right? This is what inspired me. This is my idea. That was my inspiration. And I go into what happened. So we're at the store. We're all excited. She's super just, big smile on her face. As soon as we got there, I got my coffee. I'm all happy. And we're shopping around. She got a couple things. And remember, I gave her a small budget to work with. Well, we get to the last store, and she has 3 things in her arm. And I'm like, you know what, Lexi, like, I'm sorry, like, the budget's the budget, right? Like, I'm not giving in. This is the way it is. Like, you only have so much money left. You're going to have to pick one thing. And you should have saw her face when she looked at me. She's like, wait, what? Like, I can't walk away with all 3 things, even though they were super on sale. Like, guys, like, I was dying. Like, it was killing me on the inside because I knew how cheap it was. It was like $2 or something. But I'm like, no, your budget's your budget, right? So we're not going over this budget. Hey, Julie, how are you going? How are you going? How are you? Yes, girls shopping trips can get you in trouble for sure, Alicia. So I was sticking to it. So I'm like, Christmas is right around the corner. So basically, like, she had to choose, even though that was on sale. I'm like, nope, that's the way it is. No matter, like I had to make her stick with it. You should have saw her mood change, her emotion change. She was not happy to go shopping with me anymore, leaving with that one thing, out of the last store. And she wouldn't talk to me all the way home. Like, on the whole ride home, she would not talk to me. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is where I got my inspiration from. Because, she was very, impatient. She didn't want to wait to Christmas. She wanted it now, like, in the moment. So this is what I want you to start. This is the whole transition piece. So I told you what happened, how it made her feel. She was impatient. She was angry. Her mood was changing, all of that. So what did she learn for this? What did she learn from this? And how can I transition this story now into giving you business advice? This is where I want you to start thinking, right? Where's Grandma? Exactly. Tough love for sure. Yeah, I had to break out the tough love. But this is how I was able to transition my Facebook Live to a business tip on my page. I shared this exact same story. So think about how many entrepreneurs, right? You're getting started. If you're a member of Elite Marketing Pro, attractionmarketing.com, it's a process to go through this roadmap, right? Plenty of pitfalls, plenty of challenges, plenty of ups and downs, a lot of failures, right? Learning from our mistakes. So we get to the same place. We're impatient. We want something now. We get mad. We get frustrated. We're feeling those same kind of emotions, right? So notice how I took that story and how I transitioned that to your business and how it's important to kind of like enjoy the process and just kind of being along for the journey and all of that. So I went into all of that on my Facebook Live. And then my call to action, because I had to know my intention before I even delivered that Facebook Live, because it's like, well, I can deliver this fun, story about my daughter, but what's really the intention? What's really the intention that I want my audience to take away from this lesson learned in my business? So with my call to action, for people that were stuck and impatient and just wanted results now and that really didn't have a plan or an effective daily mode of operation on social media, my call to action was, hey, if you're looking for more of an effective daily mode of operation, a better way to build your business, blah, blah, blah. My call to action was, hey, listen, my door is always open. Make sure you reach out and connect with me, or, you could send them your link or whatever to get started with, the roadmap and things like that, the bootcamp, right? Getting them started in learning about attraction marketing. So that's what I did. So did this help you? Did this share when I broke down my story with you and how I use the same exact process to use my story, but then transition that to business? So that's what I'm encouraging you to do, is just add in more of you, add in more of your unique slice of uniqueness, and use those inspirations around you, those ideas around you. And rather than relying on somebody else's information, you can use that, mimic and model that, but then taking away, going deeper and adding more of you into that. That's gonna be more fun for you to do your Facebook Lives. You're not gonna procrastinate as much. You're just gonna go and just get it done. And it's gonna cut down on the amount of time it takes you to plan. So very, very helpful. Thank you, thank you. Awesome, Anna. You're welcome. Hey, Joyce, how are you? Glad you got some value from this. So I want you, before I wrap this up, share your biggest takeaway. What is something that you learned today on this training? What is something that stood out to you that you want to start incorporating for the way that you do Facebook Lives? Maybe you are saying, or maybe you're maybe not giving all of what I shared with you, but you took something away that now you can start adding into your Facebook Lives. So you like the idea? So yes, that helped you, Linda. Awesome, awesome. Any more big takeaways? What are you going to learn? How are you going to implement this in your business? Most importantly, it's great to get value. It's great to get training, but now it's up to you to take what you've learned here today and to then implement and put that action, take that action for your own business. Use life and apply to business. Awesome, awesome. Mackin says, adding my story, how it makes me feel, transition it to business. Very, very good. Awesome, Julie. Great tips. Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, I've taken enough of your time today. I thank you so much for watching and tuning in today. I always love hopping on here and just being with you all. Just love this community so much. So thanks again for watching and tuning in. I hope you have an awesome, awesome rest of the day. And I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.